neither one of us had anything at all with the people that they matched us with. So we never thought that we would portray as much as cheaters.
If we go back right to the start, the first dinner party where you met, the spark was pretty instant, right?
It was for me. I don't know about you. You don't have to pretend like, yeah, I loved him. Like, no. It was because she's like, oh, I didn't really even pay much attention to you. But I was like, I was looking at you.
No, I definitely did. It was I think it was just distress, and you know, you're always like, oh my god, what's everyone's gonna think? So no, you're not allowed to like this guy. So it was, yeah, so maybe it was a bit of that.
I mean, things obviously had kind of come to an end, Daniel, with you and Jessica. Carolina, was there kind of an inkling of this guy is great, like there might be something here?
Look, yeah, when I first saw Daniel, I did think he was extremely handsome, more more of my type, but I don't know, I think maybe I didn't let myself think too much of that because, you know, the circumstances and all that.
And to be fair, I was actually convinced that they had put her there to lure me into a cheating scandal, because I was like, on paper, she seemed like everything I asked for. And the producers, I don't know, the producers actually pulled me aside twice and like, Daniel, is anyone here that you know? And I was like, and then towards the end of the night when they did it again, I was a bit drunk by that point. I was like, I know what you're doing. It's Carol. You're trying to get me to say something about Carolina, aren't you? And they're like, I was like, just say it. I know it. And then like, why don't you talk to her then? Why don't you talk to her? I was like, maybe I will.
Well, yeah, there is a cheating scandal every season. So everyone kind of wanted to know, was it just luck that you guys had such an attraction for one another? Or did the producers kind of explicitly say to you, Carolina, hey, things might not be working with Dion, but Daniel's there. He says he's keen.
They definitely didn't say anything to me, no, not at that point. But once I've showed interest, they were obviously like, yeah, let's go for it. Let's, you know, set up with the catch-ups and all of that, yeah.
Did you go onto the show kind of thinking, I want to cause drama, I would love to be a part of the cheating scandal, they're the biggest characters? Like, did that ever play into any of your decisions?
I think a part of our personality is like, we're both very go for what you want. We know it is a television show, and above all, it's not marriage, it's an experiment. So we're willing to, you know, this is television, man.
Yeah, I definitely didn't go there thinking like, oh my God, I want to be part of a cheating scandal or any of that. But I was definitely, you know, happy to cause some dramas and yeah, like give the entertainment to the viewers. Why not?
And now they love us with all their abusive comments.
Well, how is the fan reaction, I guess? Like, surely we're a couple of weeks after, people would have come around to, okay, they're actually a real item. Is it getting any better?
I haven't experienced anything like any bad commenting like on the streets or anything like that. People are really nice on the streets. It's mainly like, you know, on social media. But
I've seen a massive turnaround in comments, that's for sure.
I think because we're still together, so people are kind of like starting to, okay, well, it's not too bad. We're still together. It was real, so why not?
And then after that first dinner party as well, I'm guessing you guys exchanged phone numbers, or how did you stay in contact then after that?
The producer said Jess left, and they said, is there anyone you want to speak to? And they obviously watched the footage of me and Carolina, and I was like, Carolina? And they're like, ooh, really? So they lined up all the number and that kind of stuff, and it was actually genuine. Like they got the number, but I text her, and I had to formulate a game plan of like, oh my God, this girl's coming over that I've met once. What am I even doing? So she came over and I was just being like flirtatious and a bit silly, but there was definitely something real there. And we just kept catching up.
What was your reaction when you got that text, Carolina? Like, obviously you're not really expecting that, I'm imagining.
No, I was not expecting that at all. So I was basically doing some cleaning in the Sky Suites, an apartment, and they were like filming me doing that cleaning, and it was going on for an hour. And I'm like, why the hell am I cleaning this apartment for an hour? Haven't you have like enough footage of me cleaning? So they were kind of like they wanted to catch the moment of me receiving the message. So I'm like literally cleaning for a whole hour. I'm like, this place is clean. There's nothing else to clean. And like, no, keep cleaning. I'm like, okay. So I got the message. I was not expecting it at all.
Did they show that? I don't remember seeing.
I don't think they did. No, they never showed it.
And they didn't show me. So no, I actually had to write the message. And I was like, what do I say? Like, what up? It's Dan. Like, she doesn't even know what, like, it was, I didn't know what to say.
Yeah.
That was heaps I don't show.
And then how long after that was the first gym date?
Next day? Yeah, it would have been next
Was it?
day. Yeah, or a couple of days after. It was
Yeah.
pretty soon after. Yeah.
I actually left the gym date thinking I've blown it. I'm going home, because I thought that she wasn't interested at all and it was too risky. And I was like, what am I even doing? I'm like trying to do all this craziness.
I guess what's never shown is that on that date, we actually, a lot of our dates, we had a lot of deep chats. And on that particular day, we had a very long chat about struggles, upbringing, and Daniel shared with me, like, you know, what he had gone through growing up and, you know, all of that. And I remember at that point being complaining that Dion wasn't opening up much, and I was struggling because I didn't find any you know, physical attraction or chemistry with him. So I was trying to find a connection in a more like of a deeper level, and he wasn't really talking or sharing anything. And I remember confronting him about it, and he was like, no, like, look, I'm sorry, I have had an amazing upbringing, and even if I didn't, I'm not going to, I signed up for the show, my family and friends haven't, so I'm not going to expose anyone. I'm not willing to share anything deep at this stage. And I'm like, okay. So when Daniel left the gym day, I did that interview, like the Voxies, and I was saying to him, like, oh yeah, like, look, this guy has so much, you know, to share, so much. This is kind of, you know, weird, because I do find him attractive, I do find him handsome, and then I also have that emotional connection there now, because he's sharing all this, you know, like he's being vulnerable and sharing so much from the first time that I actually talked to him.
What is that like then when you watch the show and you know what has happened? You know that you built up this emotional connection, but they show a couple minutes of just the flirty banter, the kissing.
Yeah.
Like, how does that feel watching that?
Oh, it kind of sucks, but we understand that you can't make the cheaters look like humans, essentially. Yeah, there's no way that we would really have been willing to put ourselves through that if there wasn't a real connection. And based on what they showed, it just seemed like this fabricated, sexual, silly thing. Like every scene they show of us, I'm making a weird face, or we're just saying something silly, or be portrayed as looking silly. So even like small things, like they're very smart with what they do. Like I've got nothing but respect for the producers and the whole team behind Channel 9. Like they do such a good show, and there's so many people involved. But man, they're good at like painting narratives, like small things like the music. It's like World War III music when we walk in. There's never like scenes of a smile, you know, having like silly goose time. Yeah, it's always, yeah.
How long are those actual dates as well? Like we only do see a little bit. Are they
2 hours?
Yeah, 2-3 hours. And we had a lot of off scenes, like, you know, behind the cameras kind of dates as well. We would meet up like often, sneak out and meet up. Yeah.
Even like the scene where I kissed Caroline, she gave me the cheek, and I was like, no, national TV, I get the cheek. And then we actually kissed after that at the table, but they showed us like down an alleyway kissing me, like grabbing her ass and stuff.
Yeah.
Because after she gave me the cheek, she was like, oh no. And then like eventually went in for a real kiss, but I didn't show that because it looked too cute.
Yeah. And that's the most upsetting part, because we wanted to see our first ever kiss and we never got to see it.
Organizing those dates as well, there's so many cameras and they're trying to hide it and make it look as if they're spying on you. Does it feel natural? Or does it feel just...
Doesn't feel natural.
No,
it didn't feel natural to me. But I just want to say, because I was actually like pursuing her. So I was like, damn, I have to not only like put my game on this chick, but I have to do it in front of national TV. Plus it's a cheating scandal. There's a lot of freaking pressure on this.
So how would that work then in terms of the other dates? Would you have to message Daniel and be like, hey, I want to see her again? Or how did it work out with the producers?
It was literally that. They were like, you cannot under no circumstances talk to each other outside of us knowing and knowing the context and everything, which we were, because I was like, I actually really like this chick. So if I try to build a connection with her based on just what the producers dictate, it's never going to probably happen. So I was like, I've got to put some work in behind the scenes. But yeah, when the producers like, okay, like new date, I'd like text in front of them and they knew everything.
Yeah, no, but we were talking like every day, and seeing each other quite a lot as well behind cameras without anyone knowing.
Yeah, were there those dates that we didn't see then? Like, what were they like?
We did heaps. We just like gone for a walk, gone for like to the beach a couple of times. We did heaps.
Did the producers at all, did they kind of give you an insight into how you would be portrayed as well?
They told us like, you guys are doing the right, like Jess left. Dion's an idiot. Like he's doing the right thing. Like everything bad you do, they're like, oh, you're doing, yes, perfect. Like they make you think that you're doing the right shit.
I think, yeah, that's the way to treat you kind of thing. It's just whatever feeling you're having, even if it's a negative thought, that you always validate it. Yeah, you're so right.
Was it because of that then you thought the edit was going to be flattering, I guess?
No, you knew.
We kind of know. We kind of knew that.
You in particular knew.
Yeah, I kind of knew it wasn't going to be great, but we definitely didn't think that they would think of us as cheaters, because at the end of the day, like, you know, we never had anything apart from the fake marriage. It wasn't like the cheaters in previous seasons where they actually had some sort of connection, whether it was a kiss or had sex or something. Neither one of us had anything at all with the people that they matched us with. So we never thought that we would portray as much as cheaters.
Not one romantic thing happened between me and Jess. No, not even like a hold hand for a second or anything. If we had like had sex with them and stuff, and then we did a swap or whatever you want to call it, like then I'll be like, oh, we really off you.
Yeah.
But
with us, it was different. So we never thought that we would be called cheaters. Or like, you know,
producers are constantly like, yeah, look, you guys have nothing with your partners. It's fine.
Yeah.
We're like, oh yeah, this is love.